Recorded Books and RB Digital present Memoirs of an Accidental Hustler by J.M. Benjamin. Narrated by Dylan Ford. Prologue. I can't believe this. I'm back in this hellhole again. Caged like a fucking animal. Helpless. All alone in this cold and desolate place they call a jail holding cell. I never thought it would turn out like this. That I would turn out like this. I never thought I'd have to feel the tight grip of these metal bracelets around my wrists again, digging into my flesh to the point of nearly cutting through my skin like a razor blade. I never thought I'd be sitting on this silver metal bench, staring at these gray paint-chipped walls, absorbing the toxic smell of stale urine from the urinal or feeling the chill from the coldness of this cell and air conditioning combined ever again. I never thought these butterflies fluttering in my stomach would ever have to return, or that life as I once knew it would be flashing before my eyes again. I never thought I'd be wrapping my hands around these bars and clenching them tightly until my palms begin to sweat profusely, fingers begin to cramp and knuckles turn white, or that I'd be banging my head in between the 6 inches that separated them, cursing myself until my head began to pulsate from the pain again. I never thought I'd have to see the look on my girl's face when they came for me. I never thought my mom would have to get that phone call telling her she had lost another child. Damn. I promised them. What was I thinking? I just never really thought it could happen. Never thought about it, period. But then again, that's a lie. Because I actually did. I was reminded all the time that it could, but I just kept right on doing me and disregarded the signs. I knew there was a strong possibility. I knew, and I knew better. The signs were right there in front of my damn face, everywhere I looked, but I pretended not to see them and I just ignored them. I knew this shit was lurking around the corner, just waiting for me to turn and run right into it. I knew the clock was ticking and it was just a matter of time before it stopped. I knew time waited for no one and it wasn't on my side. I knew better because I sat and watched those before me and closest to me run out of time, and I saw what happened to them. I knew better because it was up, under, and all around me despite my being sheltered from it in the beginning. They tried to warn me, but I didn't listen, and they tried to show me, but I didn't want to learn. Now because of that, I've lost everything. My family, my freedom, and yes, even my life. And this is how it happened. This is my story. The beginning. August 3rd, 1982. It was Saturday morning and I was extremely happy because today I got to see my father. It was his birthday. Any normal 8-year-old kid would be overwhelmed by their dad's birthday. But I was more than that because I didn't get to see my dad every day since he didn't live with us anymore. The bad people had him. That's what my mom said. The bad people came to our home in Brooklyn, New York, and took him away from us when I was 6. Since then, he'd been with them in New Jersey. I only got to see him on the weekends for a couple of hours, which was not a very long time, especially when I had to split it up with my brother, 2 sisters, and my mom's. Even though I didn't like the place my dad lived, I looked forward to taking a trip each weekend to see him. I liked to look out the window at the stores while we rode down Canal Street and see all the different colors of people shopping and walking. I also liked going through the Holland Tunnel because my mom told us it was built underwater. So I imagined us in a special type of submarine car floating to New Jersey. The place where my dad lived was huge. It was kind of shaped like and looked like the White House where the president lives, but it was light green and brick, and there was a pond in front of it with ducks and geese. A few times I saw some rabbits hopping around, and on Thanksgiving I saw wild turkeys walking around. I knew my mother felt the same way I did about where my dad lived because the words, "I hate this place," were mumbled under her breath every time we pulled up. I could tell my mother missed my dad because she was always crying, kissing and hugging him the whole time she spent with him. And then when we'd go home, she'd cry some more. I missed
Sample complete. Ready to continue?